Karen, hi. Just thought I'd say hello. I've been thinking about you. Let me check that this is on. And anyway, I'm standing in the sunshine at the end of September. It's 65 maybe, kind of chilly, but sunny, so it's hot. And I'm standing in the deck of our house, little deck, and I want to show you the tower garden that Edie has been maintaining two of these. And I particularly want to show you, although it's very hard for me to see just now. There we are. An eggplant. And there's a cute little eggplantlet growing right up here. I'm going to switch over now to indoors where it's a little easier to interact. There we are. Now, I just wanted to say hi to you because I didn't get a chance to really communicate very much with you when you were back in Ohio. And I wondered, how that was. I can imagine that being kind of difficult. It would be for me. Um, so I forget what I particularly wanted to tell you. Stuff about my life I could tell you a little bit about. I've been busy because I've been doing photographs, making slideshow photograph, digital things. I've been teaching courses in that, and I've been adding to the novel that I've been working on. And the addition of the thing to the novel I thought was interesting because it was influenced by my brother and Harvey, who have grandsons, and of course I don't have any, and neither does Edie. Sometimes she and I talk about that, how we miss that, but how we're sort of glad we didn't have to cope with everything, the stresses of family life. Anyway, the addition to the novel are letters that each of the protagonists discover that the other one has. In other words, the two protagonists, two 24-year-olds, one from Ellsworth, Maine, and one from the Ottoman Empire, the son of a warlord who's being educated at Oxford. Anyway, these two boys, they become friends on a boat, and they discover that each of them is wearing a pouch around their neck, and they discover that their pouches have letters from their respective grandfathers. So I've written the letters, and I'm working on the chapter now of how the boys consider the advice that each of them gets from their grandfathers. I think it's a great literary vehicle to explore attitudes in the world. And when we're talking about 1828 and the Ottoman Empire, it's fun to speculate about that. And I've been reading a lot about history of the Ottoman Empire, especially that era. So while my story is actually based in historical fact, I'm taking necessary liberties, I guess, to explore attitudes that would never have been discussed among people that didn't know each other very well. They were so personal. So anyhow, Karen, I just wanted to say hi. Wanted to try making a video, and hope that you're well, and hope that you and Bernie are happy and getting something out of life that you enjoy. And make something out of life. Remember what the Sandolini's 4 questions, Sandolini, the famous baker of crackers. Sandolini's 4 questions are: 1, what do you love to do? And the answer for Sandolini is, I love to eat. The second question is, what's the best thing you ever tasted? Now, for me, that was easy to answer because I was working at the Kneading Conference, assisting a famous baker demonstrating how to make spelt crackers. And when he had finished baking them, and I saw, every step, I handed them around to the audience, and there were about 50 people there maybe, breaking off a piece of this cracker that came straight out of a wood-fired oven. And everybody was just going crazy as they had it. But when I tasted it, I had this sudden impulse to say out loud, that's the best thing I ever tasted. And so Sandolini's 3rd question is, do you know how to make the best thing you ever tasted? And for Sandolini, the answer was, finding out has been the great adventure of my life. And it's true. For me to find out how to make the best thing I ever tasted, and why, because of my health, took me into study of nutrition, greatly facilitated by my wife, Edie, and in nutrition and health, how that interacts. In other words, for me, I had to be careful of a glycemic index of my diet, and I discovered that buckwheat is a lower glycemic index than other kinds of grains that I could make crackers out of. Anyway, I discovered how to make my crackers, and they were wonderful. Everybody thought they were the best thing they ever tasted. I actually kept a list, and anybody who said that signed up and became, I have a list of that. And several people signed up for it. Some did also say that about my chocolate. True enough. The 4th question is, how important is the health impact of your food? How important is that to you? Because for Sandolini, it was life or death. And I made a big poster that I sometimes showed people, Sandolini's 4 questions. Anyway, that's my story. Sandolini, recently promoted to Commodore Sanford of the U.S. Coast Guard. And if you haven't gone to my website, check it out, especially the blog. And that's uscoastguard.com. And tell you what happens in the novel one as soon as it reveals itself to me. So, take care. Best to Bernie. I hope everybody's okay. Let's hear from you.